From the Clark Ford Studio in Oxford, Mississippi, MBW Digital proudly presents the Oxford Exxon Podcast.
I'd say thanks for tuning in, but why am I going to give you a round of applause for something you're supposed to do, to be frank?
And now, here are your hosts, Chase Parham.
And broadcast school has really paid off.
And Neal McCready.
I deserve to be on TV.
Welcome to this Tuesday edition of the Oxford Exxon Podcast. Chase Parham, Neal McCready, Clark Ford Studio this morning. We're going to talk about some Urban Meyer today. Brett McMurphy appears to be taunting people in the last 48 hours or so as Ohio State is possibly on the cusp of a really, really poor decision with Meyer. So we'll talk a little bit about that today. Some other topics popping up as well, including an extension for one of Ole Miss's main administration members yesterday, as reported there on rebelgrove.com. We have a website. We'd love for you to check it out. Also love for you to check out the Oxford Exxon, Highway 6 West in Oxford. You can get lunch specials, $4.99, 2 sides bread, 32-ounce drink. You can get ribs, daiquiris, and much more. You can go next door to the Oxford Crystal, get pimento cheese bites. There's a mayonnaise thread on the message board at rebelgrove.com. I had to avoid that before I threw up in my mouth, but apparently the pimento cheese bites at the Oxford Crystal don't even taste like mayonnaise, so go check them out. Get a few, enjoy them. They've been flying off the shelves there at the Oxford Crystal, so appreciate those guys as well. And again, coming to you from the Clark Ford Studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, 662-257-1900. Call the number, ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what new Ford you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. It's that simple. No haggling, no hassle, right to the bottom line. And then the rest is up to you. You can shop that quote around. That's certainly your right. Or you can go ahead and let Corey and the people at Clark Ford do for you what they've done for so many others, and that's take the hassle out of the everyday car buying experience. You get a great Ford product. I can vouch for it. You get great service after the sale, delivery options. Corey wants to be your car guy, your truck guy. He'll go more than the extra mile. He'll do whatever it takes to become that with you. So call the number, tell Corey what you want, get the quote, and then at the end of your deal, tell Corey that you heard about Clark Ford on the podcast. You can mention any of our family of podcasts. It's $500 off the bottom line from Clark Ford and Amory, 662-257-1900.
I'm glad we have some similar issues here, Neil. Before we started the show, you told me that people take your light bulbs out of your lamp in your in your office. Between that and batteries out of a remote, it is amazing the lengths that potentially go at times to not just go open a pack of something in another room of the house and replace it that way.
Or just communicate. I mean, send a text. We don't even have to talk.
Put a Post-it note on the lamp. I took the light bulb.
We've got a text that's just says family and that all five of us are in it. Just, hey, need light bulbs. Okay.
How 2018 is that all five of us, the 11-year-old, has the cell phone to communicate as well?
I kind of like it that way. There are days that, frankly, I don't really want to talk to people. We can keep it simple. Just a text chain. Nice and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
You're part of the problem. Nobody likes talking or communicating with word of mouth anymore.
I don't like disingenuous. I don't like talking just for the sheer sake of talking.
Small talk is not
my thing, really. If we got something to talk about, let's talk about it. Need to make a plan on something? Let's make a plan. Let's sit down and do it.
See, it's this kind of plays into your. I was listening to a couple episodes ago with the Greatest Pod in the South where Jay talks about he goes to all these things. He's around people after Auburn football games and different things and tries to stay all friendly. I think that is the biggest thing. It's not even that, you don't like people, but it's not that you don't like people as much as you don't like small talk. So in these settings where everybody's in a room and it's all just a bunch of crap. It's just, hey, how's the weather? How's your mama and them? Nobody really cares about
literally, where 10 minutes after it's over, if you said to somebody, hey, what did you guys talk about? I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah. What are you drinking? Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Move on with your day.
I mean, you want to come up to me and let's have a talk about the meaning of life and stuff. I'm in. I'm totally serious. Whether you think there's alien life out there, what your real deep personal thoughts on
any type of actual subject,
spirituality, and I'm in. Like I found Jackie McMullen's interview yesterday with Kevin Love about mental health absolutely fascinating. And I'll open up about my struggles with that. I'll talk to people about it. I really will. I find that kind of conversation to be enlightening, sometimes almost moving. I'm just different. As I get older,
But hey, where are you from? Oh, cool. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not that I mind when someone comes up to me and goes, how do they look? My answer is always kind of the same, and it's a jerk answer, and I don't mean for it to be. I don't know. I've done this so long that they look like a football team in August. Ask me at 4 o'clock on September 1st how they look. I'll have a much more educated answer. And that comes across, I realize, like me being a jerk. But you know what, Chase? It's genuinely what I think. I don't really know. I think they look good. I think. But I'm watching them play themselves. So I don't know. I played enough football to know that when, by the end of camp, by the end of two-a-days in Ruston, I could look at where the tight end was lined up and have a pretty decent idea of what was coming. Oh, they're running here. Okay, they're going to run that little sweep thing, and I need to get here. Oh, this is that pass play that they do where the tight end drags. You just figure it out. And so it's like cheat code. You don't really know how good you are until, for us, we didn't know how good we were until we played our jamboree game against Jonesboro Hodge, and then we had a clue. Okay, we got to work on this. 4 o'clock on September the 1st, we'll all...
No one is scheming against you in practices. Not really.
Well, and the coaches are in rooms going, okay, hey, we need to get this look.
Yeah.
Can you guys throw this look at us?
Yeah.
So now here's how we're going to scheme for that look.
Yeah.
Kingsbury might have some goofy-ass thing ready to go that they're going to have to look at and go, what the hell is that? And adjust on the fly, and vice versa. Longo might have some scheme planned for Texas Tech that they're going to look at and go, whoa, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, if Ole Miss lines up in the Power I on that Saturday, they'll have to figure something out because that's not the plan.
Yeah, that would be 30 seconds of pretty interesting Texas Tech press box conversation. I mean, there would be a few expletives and there'd be some graduate assistants and stuff that would be put to work in the next minute and a half.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to figure.
Yeah.
You know.
What are they doing? All right.
And if I'm Phil Longo on play one of game one, actually on play one of game one, I'm going for the downs. And then on play two, I'm running some power eye thing just to screw with them.
Like run the option or something. Just
something goofy. No, I don't run the option. I don't want Tamu getting hit.
Hand that bad boy off to somebody.
I got a true freshman backup quarterback. No, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I asked Phil about that, by the way. I got a really good answer.
What is your first play of the season? Everybody likes first play. What's your first play?
Mine?
Yeah, whatever. What are you doing?
Probably play action.
Okay, first, are you deferring or you want the ball?
I want the ball.
You want the ball?
Probably doing.
I'm always a defer guy. I'll take it later.
I want the football.
Because I'd like to 2-for-1 the end of the half, if at all possible.
Yeah. I want to, if I have weapons like Ole Miss has.
Yeah, let's get up 7-0. Go from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably running play action, flooding the zone to one side, and putting A.J. Brown on a double move.
Okay. See if you can hit something.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Tell Tamu, look, throw it where either he can catch it or the ground catches it.
Mm-hmm. No momentum play here. Just
If it's a incompletion, that's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. You're going to throw plenty of them this year. What's one?
Mm-hmm. Everybody says Texas Tech is going to try to run it a little more.
If I'm playing Ole Miss, I'm running the football.
Well, I just mean in general as a season, but yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm playing Ole Miss in week one, we're going to run the ball. I'm going to make – this was in 10 Thoughts on Sunday too. McGriff says, hey, we are going to stop the run. If you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us through the air. If I'm Texas Tech, I'm reading that, and yes, they're reading it. I'm reading that going, all right, well, let's see. Prove it to me, big boy.
Wrote a little about it yesterday. Texas Tech appears to be nearing the end of its quarterback competition. They had 3 different players in the midst of that going into camp. A kid named McLean Carter, very Texas Tech name there, Mr. McLean.
That is a Texas name.
Yeah, that's a Texas quarterback name. He's from Gilmer originally.
My son McLean the third. He has been grooming him to run the oil field.
He from Tyler Community College, I believe, a transfer in. He started 1 game last season against Texas, led the Red Raiders to a win in Austin. However, he was just kind of mediocre. He threw for 237, which in their offense is not a lot. couple interceptions, no touchdowns.
He's always been the odds-on favorite to win the job this year.
Yeah, there's a pull for the Jet Duffy kid just because he was Mr. Football in Texas in 2015, and he's very mobile. And something about mobile quarterbacks, fans kind of gravitate to mobile quarterbacks for whatever reason.
Especially when you're named Jet.
That's a good point too. Yeah, Jet Duffy.
And you're Mr. Football, which means that you
in high school you were a son of a gun.
You were a big Friday Night Lights guy.
Yeah. So
where's he from? Where's Jet from?
I don't know where
Abilene or somewhere.
Let's look it up. Jet Duffy. I was misspelling it yesterday. It's Duffy.
And yes, I'm from Louisiana, which lets me make fun of Texas because I make fun of Louisiana too.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's like people get mad at Russell for making fun of Mississippi sometimes, but he makes fun of Ohio too, so it's okay.
Yeah, over the summer there was a lot of press given to potentially him being the quarterback, but he appears to be losing out to McLean Carter. He is from Mansfield, Texas.
Mansfield.
Yeah, Lake Ridge High School.
I bet Lake Ridge got some big crowds on Friday night.
Do you?
I bet they did, like 11,000 people.
6'1", 200, dual threat kid, and the other guy in the competition, I think, was a third place guy along, a second semester freshman from wherever he was from. So.
I bet Jet Duffy hasn't paid for a hamburger in Mansfield in 2.5 years.
Ever since 15, whatever happened in 15,
that time where he beat Abilene Central, and
played Katy in the state finals or something.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah,
old Jet busted out that leather jacket, strutting through the halls, walked into Burger King or whatever, it's free. That'll be no charge, Jet. Good luck Friday night.
He had some legal issues back in March. Looks like he was arrested for something.
Shocking.
What do you mean by that? That's rude.
I'm just telling you. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Why is that shocking?
High school football player named Jet, who's at Texas Tech, legal problems. None of that is like, oh, that's a surprise in the chain.
4 Texas Tech football players, including former Mansfield Lake Ridge High School standout Jet Duffy. He's the only name that is used amongst the 4 in the lead.
I see. I told you he had a big because his mama didn't name him Jet. I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess.
You want to know what his actual given name is?
I'm gonna guess Jet's a nickname that he got when 6th grade when some pee-wee coach said he runs like a damn jet. He does. He runs like a jet, Billy Wayne. He does. You should see him run. Boy, he can fly like a jet.
Been indefinitely suspended from the team following their arrest early Sunday after a disturbance near a Lubbock nightclub. Coach Cliff Kingsbury announced suspensions Tuesday against Duffy, who plays quarterback, linebacker, blah, 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 who cares.
What do you think a Lubbock nightclub is like? I mean, what's your guess? Like, in your mind, if I say to you Lubbock nightclub, what do you imagine?
It's such the typecast thing because they probably have all types. I mean, whatever. But
what goes through your mind when I say to you Lubbock nightclub? What's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Gillies and Urban Cowboy.
Exactly.
Have the bull out there in the
Everybody's
middle.
got on a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I want a cowboy hat.
They're going to do some two-stepping.
I'm going to get a cowboy hat. I swear I am.
You would look really stupid in a cowboy hat.
I don't care. I look stupid now.
Need some boots.
I do. I want to get a cowboy hat and some boots.
Why?
I don't know.
That's your midlife crisis, cowboy hat and boots?
It's one of my many, apparently, midlife crises, yes.
It appears, though, that Jet has been fully reactivated to the squad at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. It's the season's here.
They were booked into the jail at 4:15 a.m. on that Sunday. A lot of good stuff happening in Lubbock at 4:15 in the morning.
I have this mental image of them having to run the next day, and everybody's throwing up at midfield except Jet. Cliff couldn't run Jet enough to make him throw up.
I didn't realize he'd been in multiple things. Duffy rejoined the football team last August, reading from the Star-Telegram here. After serving a suspension in the spring and summer of 2017, a Title IX hearing panel had sided with a woman who alleged Duffy had sex with her twice when she was too incapacitated to consent. How was he still on the team then after the second arrest? I know the answer is Mr. Football in the state of Texas in 2015, but
I was going to say, if you're going to ask me rhetorical questions,
we've done this a long time.
I'm just going to look at you. I mean,
he led Mansfield Lake Ridge to the Class 5A Division I state title game in 2015.
I bet he did.
They point out that he's a quarterback like 7 times in this story. I'm aware that he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
A Lubbock County.
It was QB1 in.
Well, the following paragraph after the no consent thing I was telling you a second ago, a Lubbock County grand jury returned a no bill of Duffy in that case, so nothing.
Yeah, that's a very serious topic.
Ooh.
That is.
Okay, seriously here. That happened, let me find it. Spring and summer of 17. So it means really the early spring. All seriousness here. That's not the same punishment happens a year later, is it?
No.
The Me Too movement, all the things. He just avoided the climate being different for a different penalty there.
Yeah, and I'd like to know a little more. But
yeah, I mean, we're reading one paragraph off one story here, obviously.
Yeah.
But enough to bring it to a grand jury. So, no. Anyway, McLean Carter's the quarterback, played against started against Texas, won the game, was just kind of okay. He is, as much as you can be in a Texas Tech offense, he's kind of a game manager. Yep. He doesn't have a big arm. He's not overly mobile. He's just kind of a dude.
Look, they're going to pick on Ole Miss's linebackers. They're going to throw into the flats. They're going to get the ball into the backfield. They're going to try to run. If you're playing Ole Miss, I mean, I don't care who you are. The key, A.J. Brown and D.K. Metcalf can't hurt you from the sideline. They really can't. They're sitting over there. And if you have the ball, they're either not playing or they're playing defensive back. And I haven't seen them play defensive back in their careers yet, so I'm guessing they're not playing in that scenario.
DK played defensive back against AJ in high school when Oxford played Starkville.
Yeah, but they haven't done it in college, is my point. So if you're playing against Ole Miss, you want them standing on the sideline, holding their helmets and waiting to go in, and you want that wait to be a while. You want to run the ball, eat clock, and put points on the board and take away Ole Miss's balance and let you double-team them. It's not complicated.
Kingsbury had a good bit of luck last year with a first-year quarterback, Nick Shimonette, coming in after Patrick Mahomes was going to the NFL. He threw for 3,900 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions for a Raiders team. It's pretty good offensively as usual, but was abysmal defensively. One of the worst defenses you've ever seen. They went 6-7, I believe, on the season last year. And they returned 9 starters off that team. Is that good or bad? I don't know. We'll find out. But when you suck and you return 9 guys, that's not always a positive.
Yeah,
there's some bad to that.
I've never gotten all hung up on the returning starters thing.
Well, they're back. Well, yeah, that's the problem.
Good for them.
Yeah. So they were big and slow last year, and they're big and slow this year.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They're just a little bigger now.
No, the strength program fixed it all.
Bigger, stronger,
the summer.
faster.
Yeah. He had a summer with strength coach. It's all good. So, anyway, that's where Texas Tech is.
There's some of that hype with Ole Miss, so we'll see. Some of the same kids on that defense. Well, they're experienced now. Okay. We shall see. Kind of full circle. It's why the conversation, people go, how do they look? I don't know.
Such an interesting game.
Sure.
From both sides.
Opening week is always interesting, and then there's
it's misleading. I remember that Texas Notre Dame game where, oh my God, both these teams are 5 in the country. They both sucked.
Monday, September the 3rd is
that's overreaction.
One
day.
of the hot takeiest days in all of sports talk radio.
Was it which A&M quarterback was it that blew up South Carolina a few years ago, and they were like a Heisman, and then he ended up, was it the Hill kid?
Yeah.
And then he ended up.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, he's like at TCU or something now.
The one I really remember was Texas beat Notre Dame.
That's
maybe?
what I said. Yeah, Texas Notre Dame game.
Oh, the Longhorns are back. Not really.
Turns out Notre Dame just continues to suck, but okay.
Sort of Texas isn't back at all. But it was an entertaining game.
Oh, because that was Charlie Strong still. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they really turned the corner. The discipline, the off-season discipline had really paid off. Yeah.
You're still finding that hate for Texas. It's still there.
It's still there.
You can't make it go away.
No, it's good. I still feel it. It courses through my veins.
It's going to be Texas and Michigan as hard as you're trying not to. Because why does Michigan get a pass just because they're in the Big Ten? Like, why is it just connected to Ohio State and Maryland just because?
What do you mean?
Well, you're laying off Michigan just because Ohio State.
It's hard to hate Michigan right now when it's so easy to hate the others. Maryland killed a kid, and Ohio State is literally Well, they did. They literally killed a kid.
I know. It just...
And well, they did. They let a kid die on the field yelling, drag his ass off the field.
Yeah.
Insert the word drag his dying ass off the field and you'd have it literally correct. You know how I feel about redneck football coaches. That's the worst. And then you have this deal
at Maryland technically a redneck. Isn't he just
you can be a football coach anywhere and
that's what I'm saying.
That strength and conditioning coach who's the guy that's like, let's just kill him. Let's kill him. It's like, come on.
Well, no. I get that, but probably isn't there another term? Because typically redneck
meathead is a better term. The meathead football coach drives me insane.
Yeah.
And then you steal at Ohio State that we're going to talk about in a minute.
Meathead's a very interchangeable term. Yeah. I'm good with meathead.
The deal at Ohio State is just reprehensible.
Well, I'll go about that in 1 second. First, I'll tell you the podcast brought to you in part by Locker Stockers. They take the hassle out of stocking your locker or your suite on this game day season. The customer places the order. They handle purchase and delivery to the locker or suite before game day. Lock in your preseason price right now by giving them a call at 662-586-1487 or info@lockerstockers.com to make that part of game day easier for you.
Podcast also brought to you by Grenada Nissan. If you're in the market for a Nissan vehicle, look no further than Grenada Nissan. They have a complete selection of new and previously owned Nissan vehicles. Go in, test drive one today. It's GrenadaNissanUSA.com. Megan Phillips with LAH Real Estate is the person to call for all your real estate needs in the Birmingham area. With almost a decade of experience, Megan's knowledge and expertise can help you buy or sell your home today. Visit her website, MeganMPhillips.com. That's MEAGANM Phillips.com. Or call her at 205-602-7929. Podcast also brought to you by 7 South Tailgating, celebrating 10 years of business this season. Try 7 South once. You'll never tailgate without them again. 7 South will set up your own personal gear. You can rent everything from them. No one matches their customer service, their attention to detail. You still have time to get in touch with Kyle Thornton and the people at 7 South at 7southtailgating.com. And we're brought to you by Oxford University Bank. OUB, locally owned and operated right here in Oxford. When you deposit money at OUB, that money and the vast majority of the bank's profits go right back into the Oxford community. OUB is offering 1-year CDs at 1.75% annual percentage yield and 3-year triple option CDs paying 2.01% APY. With the 3-year term, customers can deposit once during the term, withdraw once during the term, and or bump the rate if OUB's 3-year rate rises. To learn more about OUB, check out liveoxfordbankoxford.com or call 662-234-6668. OUB is FDIC insured.
Podcast also brought to you by Tyson Drugs, TysonDrugs.com. They have a great app as well and located in downtown Holly Springs. Give them a call, 662-252-2321. They deliver wherever you are, and they're now also located in Oxford with G&M Pharmacy on South Lamar, where they deliver local in the Oxford area with great hometown service. So you mentioned Ohio State. The panel has finished their report on Sunday. It has been passed off to another panel, which is made up of 3 trustees. I think that's an important point of this. It is a 6-person panel that will render a decision. 3 trustees from the university are on that board, and then we'll go from there. That's expected sometime Wednesday, best I could tell from Twitter and the internet yesterday. And I saw R.J. Bell talking about it, the Vegas insider that was the employer of our friend who passed away, David Malinsky, as well as some other people. Everything pointing toward and listen, let me stop back up 1 second. That panel that ended on Sunday was supposed to be in evidence nature only. Was not supposed to necessarily render a recommendation, if you will, for punishment. However, it is leaked out that multiple people believe that a suspension is the likely occurrence from the results of that panel.
There's a story out today that Urban Meyer is fighting the suspension. He thinks he should just get time served.
R.J. Bell believes there is the possibility of time served for Urban instead of that. It is an all-hands-on-deck focus on saving Urban Meyer at this point. And the question that it absolutely remains, and Neil and I both think we know the answer to this, You make a dumb decision, you let Meyer off the hook, and then Brett McMurphy drops the atom bomb on you.
Yeah, I had someone tell me yesterday, they said, do you think Brett McMurphy's upset that Ohio State's not firing Urban Meyer? And I said,
No.
oh, God, no. And they kind of looked at me funny, and they don't work in this field.
Yeah.
And so I said, so let me explain to you something.
Yeah.
I said, this is just journalism. This isn't right, but it's the way we are.
It is what it is.
If let's say Ohio State fires Urban Meyer today, just hypothetically, anything that Brett McMurphy writes about Urban Meyer after that is kicking the corpse. Well, no one likes corpse kicking stories.
I mean, once Hugh Freeze was out, there was only 2 major stories the rest of the time on that.
Yeah.
2.
That there was no...
And there were stories that just couldn't be avoided.
Yeah. Even, let's keep this real, even Steve Robertson, who hates Ole Miss and who hated Hugh Freeze, didn't do a drip, 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 drip of, here's the other calls in this phone record.
Yeah.
No one went and found the... I know there's a semantics argument here about whether it's escort services or erotic masseuse, whichever. No one went and found those people and got them to talk. Had Ole Miss kept Hugh Freeze, those stories were coming. They were going to talk to the girl, to the woman in Florida.
The employees of whatever these places are.
Provided the massage. It's going to happen. Just as sure as the sun rises in the east. But once Ole Miss fired Hugh Freeze, those stories went away because there's no place for them. So with Urban Meyer, Brett McMurphy, I'm telling you, is sitting back today in the offices of Stadium, wherever that is, with his feet kicked up, just waiting. And here's the part that if I'm Ohio State, I'm deeply concerned. Because if I'm Ohio State, I have figured out by now 2 things. One, Courtney Smith kept everything. And
she was a technological pack rat.
Yes. She was a technological hoarder.
Yes.
Everything she ever got is in a cloud somewhere, has been transferred to a hard drive. That's part 1. Part 2, and the part that would concern me equally, is that if she ever had it, Brett McMurphy has it too.
Well, you made a good point earlier, and it's that the White House stuff, the mail stuff, that was a story for 2 purposes. Number 1, embarrassment, and number 2, just showing you, as you said, hey, I've got everything, including your mail.
Yeah, and let's talk about this for a moment. If you have little people in your car, now is a good time to hit the pause button. Sorry, we don't do this to you often. I'm doing it to you today.
It's a relevant subject, and there's really no other way around this at the moment.
So if you have little people in your car, hit the pause button. It's the great thing about podcasts. You can come back. You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
You're just having to hit the pause button. And I'm sorry, and we will not make a habit of this.
2 minutes.
At least.
Yeah.
Just hit the pause button and don't come back until the kids aren't in the car.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. It's Tuesday. How long in the world are you riding? So, you've been to the White House.
I have.
I've been to the White House.
You have.
The White House is no matter who's in office, whether it's a guy that you voted for or a guy that you did not vote for.
The institution in the place.
You would agree is
absolutely
is awesome.
Yeah.
It is intimidating. It is sobering.
There is a historical reverence that is very powerful there.
And when you see a sitting president, even if it's a president that you detest, there is something about that is, what's the word? Inspirational. It's the president of the United States. You see your government at work. Not too many people ever become president of the United States. Yeah. So far, we're at 46.
The leader of the free world.
Yeah. So you see, in your case, you saw Donald Trump walk right by you.
I did.
I've seen Bill Clinton when he was president.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't vote for Bill Clinton. I was still impressed to see Air Force One land and to see the President of the United States walk off the plane. I say all of that to say this. At no point in my time in the White House did I think to myself, this would be a great place to take a picture of my penis. Never thought about it. I can honestly tell you that thought never crossed my mind. When you were in the White House fairly recently, and you spent more time in the White House than I did you at any point, and be honest here, did you at any point have the thought to yourself?
I love how you say be honest like it's going the other way here. I mean,
in the event that you did, it's okay. Did you at
Zach Smith and I can discuss
Did you at any point think to yourself, I'd like to take a picture of my genitalia now?
You think a lot about pictures in the White House, but I don't think that's an appendage that you're overly concerned about making sure is in some photographic evidence. Because you and Jay Tate had the conversation of whether you should take a picture of that in any instance whatsoever. But in the White House, I've got an hour here. Let's go look at the Situation Room or the Oval Office or the East Wing or whatever. No, let's go in the bathroom and unzip and do a little photo shoot.
And make sure that I've got the White House towel in the background to prove that,
yes, this is where I was located.
This is where I was located when I decided at this moment.
Not only was I here, but my genitalia was as well.
Yes. I don't carry it everywhere, but I carried it with me here.
It is Brett's way of going, I've got everything, and you have a freaking screw loose.
Yeah, this guy's loose cannon. And people talk about, Urban Meyer, there's no way he knew about the mail. Okay, and that's not really the point. The point is, let's say, you tell me, I'm being serious here. I won't put you on the spot. I'll put me on the spot. Let's say that I decided that I wanted to order sex toys. Okay?
Yeah.
The last place I'm going to have those sex toys delivered, the last place, is my place of work. I'm going to have them delivered to a P.O. box.
The thought process is I can't have them delivered to home, so I'm just having them delivered to my office, right? I mean, just putting yourself in that situation. I
suppose,
right?
But do you really want the secretaries and stuff that are going to sort the mail to see that? No, the place that you would have that delivered would be you'd go get a post office box, and you'd have it delivered to the post office box.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't care.
Doesn't care or is really, really stupid.
Or both.
Yeah.
What he thought was he was untouchable. Why did he think he was untouchable? Because for the better part of 10 years he was untouchable. By who? Who was he protected by? Urban Meyer.
And just the machine that is a major college football program, frankly.
Yeah, but Urban Meyer was the guy that was at the top of that machine. And Urban Meyer knew about it because she texted Shelley Meyer and showed her pictures. And even if you didn't believe it.
Do we know this? And maybe it is, because I've read pretty much everything, but this could have slipped through the cracks. What was the connotation of the messages from Smith to Meyer? As far as, was it, I need help? Was it just look what he's doing? What was our connotation for this message exchange?
It was look what he's doing. I need help.
Okay.
And when she said, I'm going to have to tell Urban, she said, please do.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, look, what goes unsaid in those deals is what's next? What's if you're capable of lifting your wife up off the ground with your hands by her throat, what's to say that you're not capable of just going a little further? I mean, there's a lot of domestic incidences that turn to death where it's likely that the guy didn't walk into the house thinking I'm going to kill her, but he went too far. She wasn't safe in that environment.
Right.
Urban Meyer knew it. What did he do about it? The answer's nothing. The real answer is he apparently covered it up. But if you're Ohio State and you're determined to protect this guy because he's a legendary football coach, you are worried today that when you let this go, I think it's one of the reasons it's taken so long, is they are digging and digging and digging internally, like, please tell us what else there is so that we can be prepared for it. Because Brett McMurphy seems to have more.
Well, I mean, it's kind of where we started with this conversation. Brett went on, I guess, went on with Peter Burns this morning. I don't know if that's the SEC show or what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
But for a while there, Peter was doing the SEC show, so it might have been that. But anyway, journalists are funny. We've talked about this a lot over the years. When you have something and you know it's right, but nobody else is in the boat, but you still have this little bit of weird whatever, you're freaked out. You have days of no sleep. You have hours where you're going, please God, please God, please God, where have I screwed this up? And you're nitpicking yourself to death on where I'm wrong is what you do. There's the other side of this where you're 100% know you're right and you have more coming. You have all the documentation you need and you're just waiting. You are one cocky SOB at that moment. Yep. It's just the nature of the field. That's where Brett McMurphy appears to be right now, where he's got all the ammunition over on his left with actual documentation. It's like when you catch somebody in the FOI or you do this and you go, hey, it's right there. There's no doubts. I'm going to let you hang yourself, and then I'm going to go grab the guillotine too.
If you made me guess, it's a guess. I don't know this. If you made me guess, he's got a story ready in the system.
You think ready to go?
Oh, yeah. Probably all it needs is a little bit of a tweak as to the language that Ohio State uses in its release.
Yeah, maybe a date or time update, and that's about it.
I mean, I'm talking about a 5-minute process for him. And it's just waiting to go. Waiting to drop.
Boom.
Yeah. And
I'll be stunned if he doesn't.
I will too. And I think it might take 20 minutes. It might take an hour. It might take a day. He might wait a day and then drop it. But I think there's going to be a bomb. And people say, well, Ohio State knows. I'm not convinced Ohio State knows anything. This guy has absolute power. And absolute power is typically never a good thing. But it is amazing to me, Chase, and it shouldn't be as cynical and whatever the word else that you might use to describe me when it comes to things like this. I'm amazed at the, as you said one day, mental gymnastics that people do to defend Urban Meyer, to defend Zach Smith. They're defending Zach Smith. They're defending Urban Meyer on a guy who there's no way Urban Meyer didn't know about these things.
Their fan base is attacking Clay Travis this week simply because Clay had a tweet that said, I would respect Ohio State fans more if they said, hey, look, our coach is a liar. I'm not reading verbatim here, but
I've been saying this for
weeks. Hey, our coach is a liar, but he wins more games than everybody else, so who cares? Okay.
I would have total respect for Ohio State if they would put out a press release that goes, so here's the deal. Zach Smith was a scumbag. Urban Meyer covered it up. We wish he hadn't. But here's the thing. He hasn't lost to Michigan. We won a national championship. We're really, really good. He has a recruiting machine, and he gives us the absolute best chance to beat Bama. And frankly, if we were to have to find a replacement for Urban, we can't even get close to that caliber of coach. Screw it, Buckeyes. We got 100,000 of you coming to games. It's big business. Our apologies to Courtney Smith. Glad you didn't get hurt. Go away. I'd at least say, well, I mean, yeah, you're scumbags, and that's reprehensible, but at least it's honest. I would respect the honesty of it.
Does this have any impact on the institution?
Sure. Would you send your daughter to a place that
you think enrollment's affected because of this?
Oh, I would.
To a degree that's measurable.
Yeah, as a father, yeah, sure.
I mean, Missouri was killed enrollment-wise.
Yeah, because you didn't want to send your kid into an environment like that.
Yeah.
If I find out that a school covers up accusations and doesn't investigate them involving assault, yeah, sure. Because I don't want my kid assaulted. There's lots of schools, man. Trust me, we get mail every day. There's schools I've never heard of before. There's lots of schools. There's lots of places your kid can go to college. Mm-hmm. Your kid doesn't have to go to Ohio State.
Go to Michigan.
Go to Ohio. If you're living in Ohio, you don't have to go to Ohio State.
Miami of Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah. Cincinnati. I don't know. There are lots of schools.
Xavier, Akron.
Sure.
Toledo.
Yeah.
A lot.
And then there's schools all around. Michigan, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Iowa. Seriously, there's tons of schools. It's like living here. Tons of schools all around.
Just pick one.
Yeah, are they different than the I? Sure, whatever, but it's all negligible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right, move on with the show. Thanks for helping us out there a little bit. Also, you can help yourself out by hanging out at Oxford Wine and Spirits, quickly becoming one of Oxford's most popular places to buy alcohol, conveniently located close to campus on College Hill Road next to Lost Pizza. Noah and I go there regularly, and starting this afternoon, you can get the Cathead Hoodoo Chicory liqueur that's been talked about
really
a pretty good bit. It'll be in on the shelves there at Oxford Wine and Spirits this afternoon. So go by, get some, prepare for their live show tomorrow night in Jackson. Try to get a little bit of flavor headed your way for that. And also, if you're a podcast listener, you're going to the store and stock up for the weekend. Get an additional 5% off wine and 10% off liquor if you spend $150 or more and say you heard about it on the podcast. So that's Oxford Wine and Spirits next to Lost Pizza on College Hill Road.
Youth basketball registration in the Oxford Park Commission is right around the corner. It starts September the 4th. So the day after all of the radio hot takes, you just can go over to OPC and sign up your son or daughter for one of the basketball leagues. The age range is 5 to 15. The cost is just $50 per kid. Last year, they had more than 600 young people take part in the leagues, and the numbers are expected to be similar this year. So don't miss your opportunity when it comes time to sign up for OPC Youth Basketball. It's www.oxfordparkcommission.com. We're also brought to you by Harry Alexander. Harry is an Oxford-based RE/MAX Legacy Realty agent. You heard me reference my 10 weekend thoughts a little bit. He sponsors those. I appreciate that. Harry is he's been in Oxford more than 4 decades. No one knows the residential and condo market here better than he does. It can be a bit of a volatile market, both up and down at times, and you need an expert who can guide you through it. That's Harry. Go to his site, harryalexander.com. Click on the Properties and Neighborhoods tab, filter through about what you are looking for, and then send him an email. It's ha@harryalexander.com. And Rebel Nation, 2018 is the year of the fan. Ole Miss Athletics wants to showcase your stories and recognize you, the Ole Miss fan base. Exciting prizes and experiences throughout the year will be featured on omyearofthefan.com and updated often, so be sure to visit omyearofthefan.com.
So, I meant to lead with this earlier, kind of forgot. We reported yesterday afternoon Ross Bjork had his contract rolled over. New 4-year term began July 1st. So this is pretty much a formality. There had been something going on for this not to be the case. As with most university employees, or athletic employees at least, there are rollovers involved with the deal, and that was exercised. So it's not some big deal as, it was a new contract and extensions and whatever. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's kind of like Mike Bianco at the end of the year. They just rolled it over. Frankly, I'm trying to think back. You hardly ever, because of the whole state maximum 4-year thing, don't get rolled over. I mean, the only one that comes to mind is Andy Kennedy that caused all that stir a couple years ago. For the most part, it's pretty just...
There was a stir?
There was a bit of a stir.
Oh.
There was a bit of a stir, yeah.
Okay.
I got a document around here somewhere they can show that.
Pie chart. Bar graph.
What was on that? There are some graphs. I don't know. I'd have to pull it up. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to find it. I have to go through stuff. But anyway, whatever. I mean, what I found funny about this, and I mean this, we take a lot of shots. This one actually isn't even a shot. I'm not sure what the fan base necessarily expected here, because I understand the lack of trust with the administration. I understand because of the hell that has been the NCAA investigation for this fan base for a long time, that they want, they want answers. They want people to be held
accountable
for this. Yeah, no doubt. I don't know.
One of them already has been held accountable.
Well, my point being, where I'm going with this to finish off, though, is I don't know what Ross's approval rating is. I know what Vitter's is, and it's lower than Ross's. So, I mean, I'm being serious. Like, again, this sounds like a shot, but it's really not. The people that are mad about this, do you want Vitter and those people making this next athletic director hire? I mean, to me, you got to pick a side here a little bit. Like, I don't.
The last thing you would want is Jeffrey Vitter choosing the next AD.
You think so?
Yes. I mean, I'll say that out loud. I mean, look, I think Ross has done a good job, and if I'm Ole Miss, I'm trying to keep Ross around for a good while.
Well, and I can argue that Ross did not set the plan for the investigation, and I would be curious to see what he does with the athletic department not actually under NCAA investigation, because as I talked with him about whenever that was over the summer, he was hired in March of whatever year that was, 12, I guess. It's all running together, 12. Yeah. Adrian Wiggins' thing happened in October. March to October is the only time of Ross's tenure that his program has not been under NCAA investigation.
Oh, I'm sure they feel like the clouds are finally
Now, yes, he
moving off.
hired Adrian Wiggins, but whatever. It's one's basketball coach. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, come on.
Wait, I mean, whatever.
I mean,
no offense, but
no offense to anybody, but it doesn't matter.
You're not being graded on that.
He gets graded on 3.
The only school that gets graded on that is Connecticut and then maybe Tennessee a little bit.
He gets graded on 3 programs.
Yes.
And the only thing that he really has to do with the other programs, I know I'm going to get pushback on this today.
You think so?
I am. Not from anybody over there, just people in general. You can't have scandal in those programs. You can't have sex scandals and stuff like that.
You love for them to win.
Yeah, and it's fun when they win. Like when the softball team made the run, everybody got into it.
It's
fun.
good that the golf programs are good.
Yeah,
but you need to go to bed with your head on the pillow at night and not go, oh, my God, what is the volleyball team doing right now?
He goes to bed at night, and he never has to really worry about, do you think Matt Mott, Stephen McRoberts, those people are going to be in a scandal? Do you think it's going to do something horrible? And I think he probably goes, nope, all good. I hope they win. And they win enough, and it's okay. I'd love for them to win a championship. That'd be cool, but I'm good. He gets judged on football, men's basketball, and baseball. That's reality. The other stuff is window dressing. It is. You love it when golf gets going and there's a headline and it's fun. And
winning's better than losing.
And I've seen him out to Bjork. I've seen him out talking to athletes of different sports, and I'm sure I have no doubt, zero doubt, that he wants to see them win and be successful and experience the ultimate in their sport. It's zero doubt. But that's not what he's judged on by the masses. He's judged on football, men's basketball, baseball.
And fundraising.
And those things are all interchangeable. I mean, they're all interrelated.
Yeah.
They're weaved in so much.
Football wins, you raise money, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
So, just to be consistent here.
And frankly, football and men's basketball are the only ones where you can even have any sort of, hey, there's kind of a chance at scandal, but like even in baseball, you gotta mind your P's and Q's.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the
gotta feel good about Mike Bianco when you go to bed at night.
It's one of the parts about Mike Bianco that gets overlooked. Is here's a pretty big program on campus that has a lot of and it's run like a pretty well-oiled machine. I mean, every once in a while they'll get a DUI or whatever. Yeah. That's just college.
Any group of 35 kids, one gets a DUI occasionally.
But that's it, man.
No, there are a lot of schools. I mean, Ole Miss isn't the only one, but they're in that top tier of where baseball players are treated like football quarterbacks on a campus, and they are targets.
Sure.
And for the most part, they stay out of trouble.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that we don't know about that happens here and there that pops up.
And he does handle discipline a little more privately than he used to, as more media attention's grown and different things.
But he runs his program. I don't think Ross spends a lot of time thinking to himself, man, that baseball program's just a damn powder keg. I don't think he ever thinks that. That's just, that thing's going so close to going off the rails. It's like driving down a mountain going 85 miles an hour and you see 2 of the tires lifting off the ground and you think, well, that's it. I mean, I don't think he ever has to think like that. He'd love for them to not have the Monday that they had, but
the only
it was all
thing
good.
that's probably even come close, staying with the topic of the day, is when the whole Brian Kane thing came out at UNC Wilmington or wherever that was earlier in the summer, and they were using the how do we put it earlier? The adult toy to try to prove a point in the team meetings or whatever with Brian Kane. And Ole Miss uses that same guy for whatever. It's probably a call going, hey, so we got one of those lying around or no? Okay, good. Move on with your day. But, yeah, that's probably the only thing. But anyway, I don't know.
But to be consistent, I think he's done a good job. I think he's doesn't get enough credit for sort of stabilizing a program through all of this. Some of the stuff that he got, he didn't hire Hugh Freeze. It's my opinion he never would have hired Hugh Freeze. He inherited Hugh Freeze. They managed that, I thought, pretty well. And so I think he's done a good job. I think he deserved the extension. My opinion does not matter. In the event that I thought that he didn't, my opinion still wouldn't matter. And I would say strongly, you don't want Jeffrey Vitter making the next hire. As a rule, you don't want lame ducks making hires.
That's a good point. Yeah. Okay. I'm good. What?
I'm biting my tongue.
Looked like you had one more sentence.
I did. I had another sentence.
You gonna say it?
I try not to.
I'm waiting.
Some ducks are more lame than others.
I'll give you a 5 out of 10 on that one. That wasn't great.
It wasn't what I wanted to say.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, let's just transition to something else.
Like what? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Just something. It's getting sunny outside.
There you go, the small talk thing again.
It's dark in here.
Did come a heck of a storm last night. All right, anyway. Okay. Had more dumb hits last night on the NFL thing, the penalty thing.
Yeah, supposedly they're getting ready to have a meeting and discuss this. It's meeting time.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's meeting time. You're right. You said it yesterday. It has more possibility of look, killing football is way too big of a sentence, but it's got more.
We probably are a little hyperbolic with that statement when we make it.
Yeah, but it's got a better chance of really hurting football and taking the interest away than some of the other stuff. I don't like, for example,
because it's frustrating. There's a difference in a rule change that is kind of awkward or weird and a frustrating thing.
No matter how strongly you feel or don't feel about the anthem, okay? When the game kicks off, the anthem's over. I mean, the percentage of people that are so pissed off about the anthem that they can't watch the game after the anthem is so scant that it just doesn't matter. The anthem's before the game. This is throughout the damn game, and this could actually impact games. The anthem is never impacted.
My prediction, too, is that networks are going to show less and less of the anthem, and it's going to be less and less talked about outside of the
completely.
Stadium.
But the other side, I mean, this is what, to prove your point, one of these hits gets called in the fourth quarter on 3rd and 8, 15 yards, and now Pittsburgh wins instead of
Baltimore
winning. And it's the lead on every sports show. Because the anthem never impacted the game. Whether the player knelt or didn't kneel, whether they locked arms or didn't lock arms, whether they came out or didn't come out, they played the game and it did not impact the game.
Yeah.
This impacts the game. This could impact outcomes. This could impact the playoff spot. This could impact who makes the Super Bowl if they don't get this under control. Anthem didn't do any of that. Anthem just made people mad. This changes games. This changes betting money.
Oh, now big-time swings in gambling.
You don't think that's going to get some people a little worked up?
Because that's one of the 2 or 3 reasons why NFL is the power that it is. It's not the only reason, but it's a big one.
No, it's a huge one.
Makes people engaged that don't even watch their team every Sunday.
Look, NFL's about 3 things: fantasy football, gambling, and football.
Yeah. 3 pretty dang powerful things.
There's a reason. You live in Oxford, Mississippi. How much interest do you really have in Seahawks Raiders? Not much. You do if you got Seattle minus 4.5.
Yeah.
You're in.
Or a Sunday night game and you got Russell Wilson trying to win a fantasy matchup.
Russell Wilson's your guy, and I need 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm watching.
Damn right.
And I'm texting about it, and there's engagement, and I'm on Twitter, and here we go.
Of course. And then there's the people like me. I don't do fantasy football. And I don't really gamble. But I watch it because it's football. I like pro football. I go light the grill, and I'm outside, and I turn on the TV. Oh, there's Seattle and Oakland. Oh, I'll watch it. What the hell?
NBA for you, obviously, but NFL does have that quality with the average fan of, hey, it's Arizona and LA, but whatever. Fine.
Sure.
I can kill 90 minutes.
I like the NBA more, but I watch NFL. I watch NFL all year. And the NFL playoffs, come on, I'm in.
What'd you pick in your playoff thing? You did the NFL the other day, right?
I did.
In your picks?
I had
what was your NFC, AFC title games?
I had Rams beating the Saints in the NFC title game.
That'll be a fun week for me.
And I had Steelers beating the Chargers.
Chargers?
In the AFC title game.
Chargers? Really?
Yep.
What's making you bullish on the LA Chargers?
People like Mike Detillier.
That's okay. Fair enough. That's good.
He's bullish.
That's a good reason.
If Mike Detillier tells me he's bullish, I'm bullish.
It's probably not the worst thing in the world. Every time you have an NFL opinion, just call Detillier, ask him his opinion on it, then have that opinion.
I'll listen to Detillier at home, a few people like that, and when they're all kind of bullish on the same team, I'm like, whoa, radar up.
Okay. I'm in. Well, they've always been competitive.
Yeah.
Rivers probably underrated as a quarterback because of his team and just late game moments. And
he's
things.
compared to two guys that have won Super Bowls and he hasn't.
That's fair too. Comes out in that Eli and Roethlisberger class,
but if you take his numbers compared to Philip, to Ben Roethlisberger and Eli Manning's, his numbers are maybe
just as good or better.
Just as good or better, yeah.
Yeah, not as flashy.
Rams look like
and not a giant or a Steeler, too.
Right? The Rams look like because those are two iconic franchises.
Yeah.
Rams, they don't have any weaknesses really on paper.
They're really good.
And really, neither does New Orleans.
We'll see.
There's 5 or 6 teams.
Scar tissue. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. No, you're like me in 2004. The Cubs were in the playoff race all of 2004, and I spent the entire year going, I don't care.
It's a little bit of what Ole Miss fans are going to have with baseball, where the regular season's.
It's not a little bit. It's exactly.
It's irrelevant. Like I will get engaged, but right now I'm really not. And the whole time I'm almost going to have a sense of dread for playoff time.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I can enjoy it. I'm just not even in the. I'm good.
No, games like that, they take a toll.
I'm going to get pissed.
Detillier made a really good point too. He said, "You're thinking about it," and he goes, "And they'll tell you they're not thinking about it, but they're thinking about it."
Of course.
Had an opportunity.
Don't get those every year in the NFL.
You were going to play. You were one game away from the Super Bowl, and then you weren't.
You were going to go play a Philadelphia team that, all jokes aside, had a backup quarterback.
And even if you go lose in Philly, let's say you go to Philly and lose 31-20.
Whatever.
You walk off the field and go, congratulations to them. We had our shot. We had our shot.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I'm not there yet, but we'll get into that soon. We'll wrap up the podcast in a minute. First, to tell you that the podcast is brought to you in part by Stacey Berry. Make Memphis your new home. Give Stacey Berry a call, whether it's downtown, midtown, Germantown, or Collierville. She was born and raised in the Bluff City and knows the dynamic and unique intricacies the city has to offer and wants to put you in the 901 today. So if you're a first-time home buyer looking to downsize, she'll evaluate and determine your current home value and sell it quickly for top dollar. So to sell a home, buy a home, or invest in real estate, let the Berry Home Team help you unlock Memphis. You can reach her at 901-481-6420. Stacey Lane Berry at KW.com. That's Stacey with an E, Laine Berry at KW.com. Or theberryhometeam.com. Stacey with an E, the name to know in Memphis.
How well do you know your credit? Well, Brian McLaurin is an experienced attorney offering a unique, highly personalized service to not only repair credit but also educate clients on the ever-changing world of credit. He will work with you for an entire year to help you create a personalized plan to raise your credit score and to help you meet your financial goals. No one else offers this kind of personalized credit counseling. It's why Gambrell and Associates refer their clients to Brian to get a fresh start. So whether you're looking to fight off debt, get approved for home car loans, or for that luxury credit card, let Brian McLaurin get your credit fixed and teach you how to take control of your credit. He's been providing this information for years. He's acquired a lot of information through years of experience and research. It allows him to offer a unique, personalized service for anyone in any state, as he is always available to his clients by phone and email, and he's ready to work with you. Contact him at bhmclarenlaw@gmail.com or call him at 662-298-2029. Guest, join us on the Billy's Pecans hotline. Let Billy's Pecans handle all of your tailgating needs as you get ready to high school tailgates, Friday nights. The college games are getting close. That road trip to Houston now right around the corner. Go to billyspecans.com. Check it out. Get some cinnamon spice pecans for the road for your tailgate. Toasted pecans, chocolate amaretto, dark chocolate, white chocolate, chocolate Grand Marnier, cheese Krispies, coffee cakes, and more. Again, billyspecans.com, 1-800-624-7404.
Podcast also brought to you by Community Mortgage, Oxford, Memphis, Settle County, and Chattanooga. Underwriting and processing is on in Memphis. You're getting local underwriting, understands your market, a leader in condo financing, and the float down option, which allows you to lock in the current rate. But if rates go down before you close, you get the lower rate. 662-234-2704 or JLOWE, that's JLOWE, at communitymtg.com. It is crazy. Before long, you're going to be talking about Christmas stuff with Billy's Pecans. This year is flying as we
man, it's September.
Football season. 1 week.
Yeah.
Week and a half.
And September gets here, and September, October, November, like, gone.
Are there any games this Saturday, or is it a universal start date of the next week?
Ooh, I don't know.
Does anyone start a week early? College starting in August doesn't feel quite right. You need to. I know it's September 1, but you still need to get September, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the calendar to be September.
Just because?
Yeah.
Are you going to watch Carolina, any of the home games and stuff?
I mean, I will, but I'm going to miss the next two because I'll be in Jackson, Tennessee this Friday night for soccer, and then next Friday night I'll be in Houston.
There are games Saturday, August 25th.
Oh, yeah? Who plays?
We've got Duquesne playing UMass.
Okay.
You in? That is the first game of the college football season.
No.
Is UMass hosting someone.
I like college football, but I don't like it that much.
Prairie View is heading over to Rice.
Nope.
Hawaii is playing Colorado State in Fort Collins.
Okay.
Might turn it on. Maybe.
Hawaii, Colorado State, that's got a chance to get me a little.
Just flip it. Just see it.
That's got a chance.
And then your nightcap, even though they had a really good year last year, Wyoming at New Mexico State.
No.
Thursday, August 30th, there are a lot of games. Just to go and give you a little update on next Thursday.
Who plays that day?
Have we made our decision yet? Are we doing picks on Thursday or Friday?
We're leaning towards picks on Friday so that we can do a picks segment on our live
show. Okay.
So people can react live to our picks.
Okay. The first week, we will not have any. There will be one SEC game, although it'd be a gimme. UCF opens on Thursday against UConn.
Okay.
New Mexico State playing two games in 6 days before anyone else plays one, which is kind of weird. They're at Minnesota. Let's see. I'm just missing.
Minnesota starting a true freshman quarterback who walked on.
Yeah, walk-on true freshman for the row the boat guy, PJ Fleck.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Northwestern's at Purdue on Thursday night. No?
Oh, baby.
You get Fitzgerald and everything on Thursday night.
I get Big Ten football on a Thursday night. I get Northwestern and Purdue's interesting because Brown's done a good job.
7:00 in West Lafayette.
Locked in, baby.
Just in time to be done with the show next week and then head on home for the.
That's a good game. Northwestern, Purdue, locked in.
That actually is a good game.
Hell yes, it is. Don't make fun of Big Ten football. Not in my presence.
Mediocre Big Ten football. I can make fun of good Big Ten football.
Yes, but there's nothing better.
I can make fun of Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan.
Like I can't tell you how already excited I am to get on the Peloton at 11 a.m. on a Saturday and ride for an hour with no volume on, the instructor just mute, and watch mediocre.
So you're not going to watch Jennifer Jacobs or whatever her name is?
She'll be on. I just won't be listening to her. I can still watch her.
Okay.
And there's 2 or 3 angles where they get to it. It's like, this is great television. And in the background, I'll have mediocre Big Ten football on.
Texas A&M plays Northwestern State on Thursday night.
No.
And then Wake Forest is at Tulane.
No.
Yeah, there's not much. You do get a game starting at 9:15 at night tonight, if you're interested. Jeffrey will bet on that.
I was asleep
earlier in the day.
I was in bed and asleep last night before 9 o'clock.
Asleep even.
Yes.
Not just, hey, Food Network's on.
No.
Why?
I was tired.
Okay.
No, the TV in our bedroom doesn't work anymore. Like laying there watching TV is no longer an option. Just
Really?
go to sleep. Yep.
You could get it fixed, although you appear to be doing a thing in your house where if something breaks, you don't fix it.
That's the general thing now. If it breaks, there's a reason for it to break.
Green egg, televisions.
Next. Whatever.
Including having a buddy last week begging you to let him fix your green egg, and you're still just not pulling triggers.
Whatever.
Okay. The night before Ole Miss and Texas Tech, is there any good games? Colorado plays Colorado State. Army plays Duke. That's about it. So, no. Michigan State plays Utah State, but whatever. So, anyway, okay. Yeah, there are games starting Saturday. So, we are through every Saturday without a college football game. It is officially here starting this week.
What times are the games the Ole Miss weekend? I know we have plenty of time to get to this. I'm just in my mind. I know Ole Miss plays at 11. I know that one.
They do. Okay, let's see. They're going in order, so let me find games that you care about because that's what you mean. South Carolina plays at 11. They play Coastal, but they play at 11.
I'm not worried about it.
Ohio State plays at 11.
Yeah.
Play Oregon State, by the way.
Go Beavers.
All right. Texas plays Maryland at 11.
Okay.
I'm looking. I know it's a great pod. Georgia plays at 2:30. Auburn and Washington is at 2:30.
Okay.
Tennessee, West Virginia is at 2:30.
All right.
Kentucky, Central Michigan's at 2:30.
Okay. What time's that LSU Miami game? That's the one that's got me intrigued.
Oh, that one's the one? Okay, looking. Missouri and Arkansas play at 3 against nobodies. Again, still flipping down. Michigan plays Notre Dame at 6:30. If you're interested. Mildly interested.
Yeah, I am interested to see what Shea Patterson does.
Alabama, Louisville's at 7.
Blowout.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, Bobby said they're going to win.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Say what you want.
You don't think they're going to win?
No.
Is that Miami? Oh, the Miami game's on Sunday. Miami LSU Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Sunday at 6:30 on ABC.
I'll be back.
Yeah, that's Sunday. Alabama Louisville is your 7 o'clock game on Saturday night.
Okay.
And then Monday is Florida State, Virginia Tech to close the week.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where we are there. Little early college football schedule for you on this Tuesday. So anyway, plenty of coverage at rollgrove.com. You got the update on the Texas Tech quarterback situation. Possible, I talked to Aaron Dickens yesterday. Possible Kingsbury goes ahead and names McLean Carter the starter today. He's got a media opportunity there. And then more. So check Rebel Grove. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Actually, we won't. Real quickly, sorry, no show tomorrow. We will have a recording of the Greatest Pod in the South. I'm assuming sometime up Thursday morning. We'll have a Thursday show as well, and then we'll be at Funky's on Thursday night. So no show in the morning, but you get basically 2 shows sometime early Thursday morning, and then there will be a recorded show for Friday morning as well. So that's the MPW Digital update. And again, we'll talk to you soon.